In the history of aviation, few mysteries have captured the imagination quite like the legend of D.B. Cooper. It was November 24th, 1971, Thanksgiving Eve, when an ordinary man in a dark suit and tie boarded Northwest Orient Flight 305 in Portland, bound for Seattle. He appeared calm, polite, even unremarkable. He ordered a bourbon and soda, lit a cigarette, and handed a note to a flight attendant. She assumed it was just his phone number, but when she glanced down, she froze. The note read, "Miss, you better look at that note. I have a bomb." Inside his briefcase, he showed her red sticks, wires, and a battery pack. The man calmly explained his demands: $200,000 in cash for parachutes and a fuel truck waiting in Seattle. By now, the FBI was alerted. The pilots circled the skies to give authorities time to gather the ransom. Passengers were told only that there was a minor mechanical delay. They remained unaware of the storm brewing inside. At 5:24 p.m., the plane landed in Seattle. The hijacker, who signed his boarding pass as Dan Cooper, later misreported as D.B. Cooper, exchanged the 36 passengers for his ransom and parachutes. The hostages walked free, never realizing they had been part of what would become the most famous unsolved hijacking in U.S. history. With only a few crew members remaining, the plane took off again, this time bound for Mexico City under Cooper's command. He ordered the jet to fly at 10,000 feet at the slowest possible speed, with a rear staircase lowered. Somewhere over the dense forests of Washington, in the middle of a stormy night, Cooper vanished. The crew later confirmed they felt a sudden pressure change around 8:13 p.m. The man, the ransom money, and one parachute were gone. D.B. Cooper had jumped into the freezing black void of the Pacific Northwest wilderness. What followed was one of the largest manhunts in FBI history. Agents scoured miles of rugged terrain, but no trace of Cooper was found. No parachute, no body, nothing. The question haunted investigators. Did he survive, or did he die in the wilderness? Over the years, clues began to surface. In 1980, a boy digging along the Columbia River found $5,800 in rotting $20 bills, money that matched the serial numbers from the ransom. But Cooper himself was nowhere to be found. Over the decades, dozens of suspects emerged. Some were ex-paratroopers, others criminals, and some even airline workers. The most famous include Richard McCoy, who pulled off a nearly identical hijacking months later, but was caught. Kenneth Christensen, a former flight attendant suspected by some investigators. And even theories that Cooper was a skilled pilot, a military man, or someone who simply disappeared into a new identity. But none could be definitively proven. The FBI officially closed the case in 2016 after 45 years of searching. Yet the legend of D.B. Cooper refuses to die. D.B. Cooper has become a modern-day folk hero, a symbol of rebellion against authority. His audacity, calmness, and complete disappearance have made him an icon of true crime and mystery culture. Was he a professional who planned the perfect getaway, or an unlucky man who perished in the wilderness, his body never to be found? To this day, no one knows. And that's what makes the case so powerful, because the truth is still waiting somewhere out there, just beyond our grasp. D.B. Cooper, the man who boarded a plane, demanded a fortune, and jumped into history. Did he escape to freedom, or vanish forever in the dark woods of the Pacific Northwest? The world may never know. But one thing is certain, his legend will never die. For more chilling mysteries like this, don't forget to subscribe to Whispers Unsolved, because sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction.
For more strange disappearances and unsolved cases, Subscribe to Whispers Unsolved